Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Rheinmetall Skorpion G. It's a Tier 8 German premium turreted tank destroyer. That's a bit of a mouthful. It's located on the defending spawn of Ghost Town Assault, and it's under the command of General Anonymous. And we've got no engine noises, so we will quickly restart the battle with the engine noise. That's better. There you go, the game started. Well, the Skorpion G was actually known as the Gorilla 12, not the Skorpion G when it first came out. In fact, there was two Waffenträgers which the Germans were looking at, and one of them became the Gorilla 15, and that is actually in the game as a Tier 10 tank destroyer. Technically with a turret at the back of the vehicle. This one's got the turret in the middle of the vehicle and it's a 128mm gun, but it's still a Panther hull, just like the Gorilla 15. And this one conventionally has the engine at the back, whereas the Gorilla 15 has the engine at the front, where the crew would normally be, and the crew actually are on the back of the vehicle. Okay, well, General Anonymous has moved to a forward firing position so he can get shots on that Type 62 and the enemy coming up on the hill, as well as opportunistic shots into the town. It's a 10-minute battle. Oh, and his first shot hits a P-43 too, and he gets 477 hit points, and he's got some damage assist as well because he tracked the guy. And he's a one-shot, and he dies before General Anonymous can get the kill shot. Now, the Skorpion G, when it first came out, I think it astonished a lot of people, and it became the main tank destroyer at Tier 8. It became the meta. And in fact, World of Tanks was so impressed with the results of the Skorpion that they actually brought out another tank destroyer, this time for the Soviets, the Su-130PM, which of course had a better DPM, or a better alpha, than the Skorpion G, and equally vulnerable to shells because of course it's got very thin armour, just as the Skorpion G does, but super accurate gun dealing lots of damage at long range. So it's a sniper tank. The gun, well, it's not hyper accurate. It's actually, you do get a bit of shells going astray, but it does that sort of thing there, and you can see that he auto-aimed on. In fact, this is General Anonymous's technique, that he auto-aims onto targets at long range and then he lets loose like that, and that normally gets him a hit. But I would say actually, and he asked about his technique the other day, in fact actually it was earlier today he asked me, and I said, well, sometimes he would be better off manually aiming at long range to get specific parts of the enemy vehicle, especially with sniper vehicles, because then you can do that. He's got his first kill. Now his team isn't doing rather well at the moment because they're 3 down on the enemy. Oh, and a lovely big hit there on the Type 62 for 472. A really good shot that. He's doing well on this side of the map. His teammates aren't doing so well in the town, and that could make him vulnerable. And I think he's decided he needs to change position, because if he stays where he is, the enemy tanks in the town are going to start taking pot shots at him, just as he was doing the same to the enemy up on the hill. So he's moving to this spot because you can use the bush mechanic on this corner and hit the enemy, and he's got a Tiger P. No, that's it, that's done it. He got that one right, you see. He manually aimed it rather than going to auto aim, and that way he was able to specify which part of the vehicle he wanted to hit. Another good one in the Chrysler Grand Final. Went straight through the front of the vehicle. That's where its strongest armour is. Now he's kind of persuading the enemy not to come out to play. The AT-15 takes another hit, but it's in fact actually it's a high roll, 497. I should have mentioned actually the alpha is 490. Sometimes forget about these things. You want to know the information, It's 490 alpha, 246mm of penetration. Now the enemy is capping because everybody on the rest of our team to the north has collapsed. And that means now that General Anonymous is one of the last 3 available on his team. So he's got to do most of the work now to keep this one alive. Excellent shot into the Panther 2, an average roll 490. And the Panther 2 is, well, hemorrhaging hit points. Because our teammates managed to get some shots on him as well. Kill shot! Yep, got him. Unfortunately, they're now down to just 2. It's him and the guard who's up ahead. And we didn't give much for that guard's chances. He actually fired at the AT-15, but it didn't penetrate because the AT-15 does have thick armour. And you have to hit a specific part of the vehicle if you want to get a pen. Either the side of the vehicle or the weak spot. Now he's all alone against more than 5 enemy. In fact, he's alone against 8 enemy. Fires one into the SP1C who comes up to try and kill him. He does get a hit, the SP1C, with his 90mm gun. And our long reload is going to be the problem here. Take another hit, but there goes the SP1C. And that's another kill for General Anonymous. Another enemy's turned up. This time it's the Fox, the CS52 Liz. And when he fires his gun this time round, he dies. And that means they've lost the game. No fault to General Anonymous, though. He was doing his best under very difficult circumstances. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the second class tank for General Anonymous in the Skorpion G. He managed to get a 5-throw effect for getting more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game overall, and a tank sniper for doing the most damage at a distance of at least 300 meters. His win rate was 7,411, which is Super Unicum standard. Sadly, though, his teammates let him down because they all died off and cheaply, which stopped General Anonymous from scoring more damage on the enemy. He would have done even better were it not for his teammates letting him down. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, you can see he got the highest damage in the game, 5,116. The best the enemy could do was that Panther 2, who got 3,344, but he didn't last very long. But he did get a Confederate out of it. And when it came to kills, it was actually the AT-15 and the CS-52 Liz who got the best with 4 kills, but General Anonymous got the highest score on his team with 3. And when it came to base XP, it's the enemy team does best here. It's the Panther 2 got 1,176, the AT-15 got 1,058, and their Liz managed, their CS-52 Liz, or Fox, managed to get 985, with General Anonymous picking up the 685, which is, or 686 rather, which is respectable. He fired 17 shots, 15 direct hits and 12 penetrations. Yeah, a couple of shots set him down, but that was only because of the angle. He was trying to hit the armour. The AT-15's got pretty strong armour. If you hit it at the wrong angle, you just won't pen. 5,116 hit points of damage, of which 4,617 were at more than 300 metres. That's very long range shooting. He managed to pick up 623 damage assist. And on the credit side, he actually made a profit for that game of 69,724 credits and 1,777 XP. So not a bad game. He got the Courageous Resistance because, of course, he got epic medals or battle hero medals in a losing or drawn game. So that's the first game down. Let's have a look at the second one. And that one's with Yo-Yo Giddy of REBRN. The second replay is in the Rheinmetall Skorpion, not the Skorpion G. This is the second version of the Skorpion that Wargaming bought out, and it's Yo-Yo Giddy. North Spawn, Fisherman's Bay. So it's basically exactly the same as the other Skorpion, except it doesn't have the fancy paint job with the Skorpion picture on it. So you can put your own camo on, and I think Wargaming so enjoyed the fact, the result the Skorpion gave, that everyone wanted to have one. They thought, yes, we'll sell it to you twice, so you have to pay the full price twice. And yep, so came the Rheinmetall Skorpion with the standard ordinary paint job where you had to apply the camo yourself. It's a good idea because it came out before Frontline, and it meant that people needed to have not only their own Skorpion, but the Rheinmetall Skorpion G, but also the plainclothes ones, so that you could, even if you got killed, you could get back into the battle in the plainclothes one as well. Now it's the same 128mm gun, 490 Alpha, and Yo-Yo Giddy's using a spot that I use occasionally as well. It's a good spot because you can actually get back over that wall fairly quickly, and that protects you from getting hit by enemy shells. That defender's just down at the other end of that street. Little way off, she's just having a quick look to see exactly where it is. Yep, that's good. There you go, got a shot. Doesn't pen, but it does look like it was on target. It just couldn't find a weak spot that it could go through, so hit the armor and bounced off. I think she's going to play the long game here, just supporting her teammates who are just over to her right. A Wizzy 111, 114, an Emil 2, an IS. Well, you can see it's a tier 9 game. She's tier 8, so she's bottom tier, and that means she's got plenty of option to earn extra XP. Now she has gone a little close to that bush, and that might mean if there's somebody just across the harbour, they might see her when she fires. On the other hand, she might get a good shot on that TNH. Yes, she does! 504. Now, was she seen? If she was seen, she has to pull back quickly. And no, she wasn't seen. Her reload time, 10.8. Standard reload is normally 12.2. Okay, there's nobody directly across the harbour from her, though. So she can't be seen every time she fires, as long as she's firing through that bush and the tree. If somebody does come around that corner, though, they might see her and she'll have to dash backwards, jumping over the rock to get into cover. The armour on the Skorpion is fairly weak on the front. It's only 13mm on the front, 16 on the sides, 20 on the rear. So it's fairly weak, you could say. Do wonder what would have happened actually if the Germans had instead of fitting the 128 had actually fitted the 15cm on the same vehicle chassis as the Skorpion. So basically the same configuration as we find on the Guerrilla 15. That would have been a pretty devastating vehicle, much more so than the Borsig, which does have a 15cm gun. But the thing is that the Skorpion's a lot faster than the Borsig. Okay, she's moved up to try and help the others. She can't get any shots right on the centre of the map, even though there are some enemy there. And in the position she is at the moment, she might get spotted by somebody in the centre. So she does need to be careful she doesn't expose herself too long. Okay, the Wizzy's going to make a quick dash through this gap. She might have got a shot there actually on the IS-3, because I'm sure he actually went round that corner. They've got to counter our guys coming round this corner. So I reckon we're going to see the outline of their hulls any second. There's the enemy Emil and the IS-5. They are coming round to meet our guys. If our guys back through the corner, and they are coming, so Yo-Yo Giddy's chance to get some shots is coming up now. Yep, you can see the outlines. Yep, got a nice hit on the IS-5. Okay, another shot on the defender, but unfortunately she wasn't reloaded in time. Only the Wizzy that remains. She fired a blind one round there just in case the others weren't seen, and she was right because the Emil 2 was there, and he's now coming around the corner. She might have to change position very shortly if the Emil does spot her. She's safe from that AMX 5120, and in fact actually he's just died, so he's out the game. Unfortunately we lost the Wizzy 111 Model 1.4. And has she got any shots up on the centre? She might have a shot on that. I think that 122 TM if he pulls back. But the front of her vehicle is right up against the edge of that tree. So I'm worried that that defender who's moved around to the corner might actually see her now. Now she's got a shot. She auto-aimed on. Go for low plate. Yes! Good hit. High roll. 531. Nice. That was very good. Got to keep your eye on that corner just in case the enemy does come around that corner, because it can leave you very badly exposed if you try and push forward like she did earlier and go right up against the front edge of the bush. The enemy might spot you from one direction and then the enemy hits you from the other direction. Okay, the 122 is right up against the front of that building. Okay, if he pulls around that corner, she will get a shot on him. I'm just worried that the Emil might see her. No, she didn't get it that one. She's very close to the front now, you see. The 122 TM can't see her at the moment. Yep, nice hit. 453. She's playing a blinder of game. 2,000 damage so far. And a kill! Second kill of the game. And she didn't get spotted. In fact, actually the IS-6B was quite happy with that. Okay, one of them has turned up through that gap again. This time it's the IS-3. Here's a one shot, only one hit point. She's done the wise thing to pull back, even though that TNH up there is very low on hit points. She's pulled back because she might have to give a shot on one of the ones in the town. If the TNH is too far forward, he might actually spot her. She's looking in that direction. No, TNH has pulled back, so she's safe from that direction now. There's nobody in the centre who can spot her when she's firing. She just needs to be aware of the bush mechanic. And here comes the Emil. One shot to kill. Yes, beautiful. But she would have been seen, surely. Yep, she was. So the enemy now knows she is in this corner. They didn't know it before, but they do know it now. And so she might need to vary where she is to avoid them firing in a blind shot just to see if they can find out where she is and poke her. Tiger 2 making a quick dash across the harbour. He's still got plenty of hit points. And I think the enemy is fairly vulnerable now. Yeah, she's decided, well, she was going to move down, but the IS-3 suddenly appeared on that corner there. And if the Tiger 2 does go through, he's going to try and push that IS-3 out or take the kill. We're doing well elsewhere on the battlefield with 4 tanks up on the enemy now. 2.5k damage to Yo-Yo Giddy. Oh, there's the enemy tortoise, and he just fired in this direction and missed us. But he was aiming, I think he was either aiming at us or the IS-6B. And the IS-6B right now could do with a bit of help, but unfortunately he has gone down. Now you can play the Skorpion toe-to-toe with the enemy, but it takes a very, very strong character and good player to do it, because it's fairly dangerous. Considering you don't have much in the way of armour, you have to pick your moments. And the IS-5 just fired, so he's vulnerable. There's the tortoise. Oh no, that didn't work. And the tortoise now knows we are here, I'm pretty sure. If he didn't, he will shortly. The IS-5's gone down. We need to get behind the tortoise where there's weak armour. He's the last enemy left. Come on, Yo-Yo. Here comes the Tiger 2 out of his way. That's it. Okay, the tortoise is still high on hit points. He's trying to make his way around. He knows that the Tiger 2 is going to come around the other side. So we just come around this side and occupy him. And he fires one at us with his 120mm. That gives him the side of him to the Tiger 2 and the side, and the Hawk's coming in now. Okay, so now Yo-Yo Giddy can pull out and put it around in his rear. As soon as he turns around, he's not turned around yet. In fact, he's continuing to come in our direction, which is not working out too well because he's losing hit points to our teammates. And here we go. That's the kill. That was a beautiful kill. Waited for the right moment, and Yo-Yo Giddy takes the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a really good game for Yo-Yo Giddy in the Rheinmetall Skorpion. She got a first class tanker in that one. Also got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. She did get 4 exactly. A fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of her own vehicle. And a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. And she got 5 exactly. But best of all, you can see that she got a win rate of 3,936, which is Super Unicum standard. And that helped her team win the game. In fact, she got the final kill of the game. She timed it perfectly so she could steal it away from the Tiger 2 and the others who were, well, chomping down on that tortoise's rear. I was going to say ass actually, but well, yes, I suppose that's true as well. If we look at team damage, we can see that the highest damage in the game actually went to the Tiger 2 with 5,190 hit points. He picked up the high caliber. But we can also see that Yo-Yo Giddy got the second highest damage in that game of 3,017. And the third highest damage went to the CS52 list on her own team, who also picked up a Leather Slayers medal and a Confederate for 2,700. And is that 86? I think it is. When it came to kills, it was actually the Yo-Yo Giddy got the highest number. She got 4 kills in that one. Tiger 2 got 2. The List got 2. The Progetto 66 also got 2, and a Steel Wall, and the Object 432 also got 2. Nobody on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill. And when it came to base XP, it was the Tiger 2 did the best with 1,423. And then we see Yo-Yo Giddy got 1,149 and 1,135 to the CS52 list. She fired 14 rounds, got 13 direct hits and 8 penetrations, damage of 3,017 hit points, of which 516 were at more than 300 meters. She received 2 hits, both penetrations, both from the tortoise, I'm afraid. 6 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, and she earned a profit of 93,678 credits, and also 7,067 XP because she got a mission completion reward in there as well. So 2 excellent games in the Rheinmetall Skorpion, one the Skorpion Standard and the other one in this version with the plain clothes. And both players played very well. Unfortunately, General Anonymous couldn't win the game simply because his team let him down. They all started dying. He was doing his best, as best he could, but I'm afraid, yes, he just lost all his teammates, and that meant that all the enemy were looking at him. In fact, he was facing 8 enemy all alone. But Yo-Yo Giddy did much better, and she was plugging holes in the enemy when she got the opportunity to, and remaining unspotted until the Emile 2 made that quick dash across the harbour and she got spotted. But apart from that, she only took 2 hits from the enemy, and both of those were from the tortoise, and he focused on her. He didn't focus on the others, and of course that gave the others the chance to whittle down his hit points. And then Yo-Yo Giddy did the coup de grace, firing into his weak spot, taking him out of the game. So I hope you enjoyed both of those. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.